Hey everyone, it's that Math Magician. On this video, we're going to take a look at systems of equations and we're going to see how to use the equal values method. So let's jump right into an example problem and see how we can use this method. We have two equations here. I see that we have y equals 3x minus 22. We also have y equals 2x minus 15. These are both linear equations, right? mx plus b. They are written in that format there. And so I know that those represent lines. So when we're asking for us to solve a system, we're really asking to find out where those two lines intersect. We want to know what that coordinate point is. And we can do that using the equal values method. And the reason why we can use the equal values method is because both of these equations equal y, right? We have one variable by itself. I know that y equals 3x minus 22. I also know that y equals 2x minus 15. So because both of those blue underlined expressions, they both equal y, well then that must mean then they must equal each other. That's what the equal values method says. They both equal y, well then you know what we can do? We can write out that 3x minus 22 is equaling 2x minus 15. And now we have an equation there with one variable where we can solve for x. And that's what we're gonna do. So let's isolate our x variable. I think I'm going to take the two x's on the right side and subtract them over to the left side, because what's going to happen is those two x's are going to zero out on the right side. And notice what I have here. 3 x's take away 2 is going to leave me with one x term. I still have the minus 22 and it's still equaling negative 15. I have that negative 15 still there. Now I've isolated the x term. Now I need to move that constant over from the left side over to the right side. So if I want to move negative 22 over, that means I got to do the opposite of subtracting 22, which is adding 22. So if I add 22 to both sides, the ones on the left zero out, and I'm left with just x on that left side, and it equals negative 15 plus 22. If you struggle with negatives, get a calculator out, punch that in real quick. Negative 15 plus 22 will give us a value of positive 7. That is the x term for the point where these two lines intersect, right? That's a coordinate point. I'll go ahead and start writing it over here. 7, comma, something, right? I don't know what that y term is yet, but we need to find it, right? When you're trying to find a solution to a system of equations, you got to find the x term and you have to find the y term. Finding the y term is a little easier now, because now that I know the x, I just have to substitute that x into one of those equations there on the top. And you get to pick which equation you want to use. And I always say, try to pick the more simpler equation. I think we should use the second one, because I'm only multiplying by 2 instead of multiplying by 3. And that just might make our life a little easier. So I'm going to write that second equation, but if you want to check, use the first equation. You'll see it really doesn't matter. I'm going to use the second there. Y equals 2x minus 15. Notice though, I know what my x term is, right? We just solved for x. We know that x equals 7. So I'm going to substitute my 7 in for x, and I just need to solve for y. Y is going to equal 2 times 7. Well, that is 14. Take away 15. Again, use a calculator if you struggle. 14 minus 15 gives us negative 1. So the y term for the point where those two lines intersect, my x is 7, the y is negative 1. That is how we use the equal values method to find the point of intersection for those two equations above. Okay, the only reason why we can do equal values method is because both of them equaled y. It's that Math Magician, and I'll see you on the next video.